You are dedicated and relentless in your pursuit of success. Time and time again, you find yourself caught in an endless cycle of pushing, striving, and forcing outcomes. Society has conditioned you to believe that your worth is tied to your accomplishments, that you must constantly fight against life's currents to shape your own destiny. But in this constant struggle, you may be missing the quiet, yet profound power of surrendering to the natural flow of the universe. If this message speaks to you, like this video to help this wisdom reach more seekers on their spiritual journey. True power often resides in the gentlest touch, in the effortless flow, and in the art of non-resistance. According to Lao Tzu, when we stop trying to control everything, things still fall into place. The philosophy of Wu Wei, or acting without force, originates from ancient Chinese thought, particularly Taoism. The Tao Te Ching, the central text of Taoism, teaches that one should live in harmony with the Tao, the natural order of the universe. This philosophy suggests that instead of trying to force things to happen or manipulate outcomes, you should allow events to unfold naturally and follow the path of least resistance. However, Wu Wei does not have a fixed translation. Some interpret it as non-action, or doing nothing, while others define it as actionless action, or effortless action. Regardless of interpretation, Wu Wei is the art of not forcing oneself into anything, but rather moving in harmony with life's rhythm. Lao Tzu warned that using force often leads to unseen troubles. When he speaks of force, he is not merely referring to physical strength, but to the imposition of one's will and interference with the natural course of events. Nature operates continuously in the background, forming the foundation of human existence. It is an ever-present force that creates, recreates, and encompasses all aspects of life. Instead of trying to dominate or manipulate this force, Lao Tzu emphasizes the importance of aligning with it. Despite this wisdom, society tends to glorify effort above all else. We celebrate hard work, often without questioning its effectiveness, and sometimes remain busy simply for the sake of being busy. We push rocks uphill just to feel like we are making progress. While effort is valuable, it is equally important to be intentional about the effort we exert. There are moments when action is necessary, but there are also many times when it is not. The key is understanding the flow of circumstances. Many believe that if they exert enough effort and determination, they can shape reality exactly as they wish. However, the truth is that countless factors are beyond our control. Unexpected events, the choices of others, and life's inherent unpredictability all come into play. We cannot control the weather, the stock market, or the actions of others. When you insist on forcing outcomes, you often find yourself trapped in a continuous cycle of frustration, stress, and exhaustion. Wu Wei is not about laziness or passivity. Rather, it is about being in tune with the natural rhythms of life and recognizing when to take action and when to step back. Forcing things often results in wasted time and energy, overthinking, self-pity, or blame. However, when you move with the current of life rather than against it, you can achieve your aspirations with greater ease and grace. Alan Watts once said that rowing is a thoughtless way of moving a boat across water, whereas sailing requires that you work with nature rather than against it. Consider a river flowing down a mountain. It does not forcefully break through rocks and boulders. Instead, it gracefully navigates around them, following the path of least resistance. In doing so, it creates a beautiful and harmonious landscape. There is much to learn from the river about the power of Wu Wei in your own life. You may have noticed that when you try to force things, you often create stress and chaos. However, when you let go and allow life to unfold naturally, you can accomplish your goals with greater ease. This does not mean being passive or waiting idly for things to happen. Rather, it means acting at the right moment and releasing control when necessary. In judo, strength is used strategically and with precision. One does not apply force arbitrarily or unnecessarily. Instead, the skilled practitioner waits for the perfect moment, when the opponent is off balance and vulnerable, to take action. Similarly, in life, wisdom lies in knowing when to exert effort and when to allow things to unfold organically. Just like in the art of judo, where force is applied at the right moment and with precision, life also teaches us that constant effort does not always yield the best results. When you learn to recognize when to act and when to let go, you realize that a greater intelligence is at work in the flow of existence. In today's world, the concept of Wu Wei may seem counterintuitive. We are constantly encouraged to chase more, to be relentless in our pursuit of goals, and to measure our worth based on achievements. However, this mindset often leads to chronic anxiety and dissatisfaction. Learning to trust the natural flow of life does not mean abandoning ambition, but rather aligning yourself with a more organic path, one where opportunities arise with less resistance and decisions become clearer. In the workplace, for example, many believe that only extreme effort leads to success. However, those who balance dedication with flow often achieve better results. A professional who works in harmony with their skills and passions, who knows when to persist and when to pivot, typically accomplishes more than someone who exhausts themselves trying to force situations that are not in their favor. The same principle applies to relationships. When we try to control others, dictate the course of events, or demand immediate responses, we often create tension and conflict. But when we trust the natural flow of interactions, allowing connections to develop organically, relationships become lighter, more authentic, and longer lasting. Self-development is another area where Wu Wei can be transformative. Often, we try to shape ourselves according to external expectations, forcing changes that do not come from a genuine place. However, true growth happens when we allow ourselves to evolve at our own pace, respecting our experiences and lessons along the way. Embracing the principle of non-resistance does not mean surrendering to inertia or passivity. Rather, it is about cultivating the wisdom to know when to act and when to trust. Just as a river finds its way without unnecessary force, we can navigate life with greater ease, allowing circumstances to unfold without the need for total control. When we understand and apply Wu Wei, we realize that life does not have to be a constant struggle. There is a more harmonious way to live, where the balance between action and surrender allows us to move forward with grace, wisdom, and effortless alignment with the world around us. In the end, Wu Wei is not about doing nothing. It is about doing the right thing at the right time with the least resistance. It is about understanding that life has its own rhythm and that true success and fulfillment come not from constant struggle, but from learning to move with the natural flow of things. When we stop fighting against the current and start trusting in the unfolding of life, we find that what we seek often comes to us with greater ease and grace. The real mastery lies not in force, but in alignment. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment with the word flow and let me know your thoughts. And if you found value in this, don't forget to like the video. It really helps.